My mother was a beautiful and vivacious woman who had a compassion for others that was reflected in her eyes and carried in her demeanor. She always seemed to have the right words, an inner knowing, and a wonderful sense of humor. I loved her radiant smile. At the age of 15, she was orphaned and went to live with my great-grandmother, Cora. She later graduated with Bachelor of Arts degrees in English and Psychology from Ohio State University with a desire to teach. In 1948, she met my father in a base hospital where she volunteered as a gray lady, and they were married the following year. Her life changed dramatically in her new roles as the wife of an Air Force officer, then mother. A true warrior at heart, she emanated a great deal of courage and passion for life, tempered by a deeper sense of love and compassion for all things great and small. She loved being out in nature because, in her words, it made her feel invigorated and closer to God. She loved animals for their purity of spirit and unconditional love. As a child, we camped for weeks at a time and were never without the creature comforts of a home-like environment. She packed everything but the proverbial kitchen sink. Our tent was like Perkins' charmed pop-up tent in Harry Potter, which uses the undetectable extension charm to undetectably make things bigger on the inside only. It was filled with rugs, bunk bed cots, a heater and portable toilet, lanterns, luggage, and other paraphernalia, including 2 Siamese cats. And quite possibly, there was a private ensuite bath complete with jacuzzi and bidet. Everything was well thought out and planned when it came to caring for her family, friends in need, and in service to her church and community. As a family, many of my fondest memories are of trips into the wilderness from a very young age, hiking, fishing, hunting for agates, and playing cards and board games. I remember buckets full of blueberries, the plink of moths and June bugs on a lantern casing as they fatefully were attracted to the light, and the mournful cry of the loons echoing across the lake at dusk. My mother had an amazing eye for detail, and in her stubbornness accomplished all she set out to do. She never gave up. One time she saved my pet fish that had jumped from the aquarium and lay gasping its last breath on the carpet. She scooped him up and placed him back in the tank, and as he floated sideways at the top, she administered CPR with a bendy straw. I admired and appreciated her tenacity, which she exhibited many times throughout her life, most notably in her fight with cancer. The Gomer women are prone to cathartic fits of laughter, with tears streaming from our eyes as we try to stop the eruption of giggles. Over the years, we have shared such laughter over the silliest, most inane things. Mother would often say we had just triggered our chuckle bone. In the final years of her life, the triggering of her chuckle bone was subtly diminished. However, in reminiscences of the past, she would smile and laugh, the familiar grin spreading across her face and the corresponding glint in her eyes that always warmed my heart. My mother was very intelligent and a deep seeker of knowledge. When something piqued her interest, she would seek out information and answers to her questions. In later years, this came down to questioning her religious beliefs, and she embarked on a journey, studying the religious and spiritual practices of different cultures and societies. In the process of developing a more personal relationship with God, my mother found truth in the understanding that God surrounds everything and everyone, and that we hold God within. She became more forthcoming as we discussed our belief that life continues on, that we are spiritual beings having a physical experience. This gave her great peace in her final days. My mother was a blessing to many, and a beacon of light that cast away the shadows for many throughout her lifetime. I was dreaming the other night, and in that state of dreaming awake, when the sun crests the horizon, I saw my mother at the age of 47. She waved and said, "I understand now. You were right all along." I will forever hold that moment in time close to my heart. Each new day is a new beginning, and we are blessed when we can honor each and every moment, no matter what the circumstance. My mother's light will forever shine upon us.